Welcome to the podcast, It All Starts With You. I'm Eileen Lemelman, your host. On this podcast, you're going to meet midlife women in business, finance, media, medicine, philanthropy, speakers, coaches, and teachers who are inspiring us to move forward in life and continue to do great things regardless of age. You will meet women who are no longer willing to follow outdated and antiquated rules that tell us to behave a certain way, look a certain way, and play small. Shifting into midlife requires us to challenge those old notions that we are no longer relevant and to take a back seat as you age. On this podcast, we will support, encourage, educate, and inspire women 40, 50, 60, 70, and beyond to challenge limiting beliefs and step into your power, because it all starts with you. Welcome to my launch of my podcast, It All Starts With You. It's featured on Spotify and Apple Podcast. And guess what? I have a whole array of podcasts already that have been loaded on, but now I am doing something very new and something very different. My podcasts, I have 30 to 40 podcasts already, but today I'm launching a brand new brand. This is really targeting midlife women. It is targeting women in media, in philanthropy, in medicine, in finance, in business. All these things that women are really learning how to step into their power. And I want you to join me on my podcast. We're going to be talking about a variety of different topics on my podcast. We're going to be talking about how to step into your beauty on the inside and out, how to really motivate yourself to move, because movement is so important to stay young and vital and creative. And that also stimulates and triggers our sexuality, which keeps us young. So I want you to join me on my podcast, and let's have a great time together. Connect with me, EileenLemelman.com, and also on my podcast, It All Starts With You. Look forward to seeing you very soon. Hello, I am here with Dr. Mandy. She is all about beauty, and we know that my community, the midlife women, need to learn more about having fun with their makeup and not really letting themselves think that they're too old or it's too late to put makeup on. They need to have fun, and they need to stay young and vital and fresh. So what do you recommend for the midlife woman in terms of really looking beautiful from the inside out?
Well, what I recommend is, first of all, you get some substance on the inside. Knowing your foundation, knowing who you are, because we can put makeup all day. But it's one thing to love what you see when you look into the mirror. So my recommendation is build yourself up, build your confidence, make sure you got a foundation that you stand on, and everything else will fall into place. Now, if you need some makeup classes, you can reach out to Eileen and definitely contact me. I do makeup classes one-on-one, and I can definitely help you with that.
So you heard it. The beauty really starts from the inside, building confidence, feeling good about yourself, knowing that who you are and what you want to put out to the world. And only then can makeup really enhance that. And Dr. Mandy, tell us what the name of your company is so people can reach out to you if they want to do some makeup classes.
Awesome. Well, the name of my company is Faces Made Beautiful LLC, and our cosmetic line is God's Queen Cosmetics. So if you would like to do some one-on-one makeup classes with me, you can definitely give me a call at 954-909-9543, and we can definitely make it happen.
Wonderful. So watch for a future podcast when Dr. Mandy will definitely be on, and we will talk more in depth about beauty from the inside out. Thank you so much, Dr. Mandy.
My pleasure, Eileen.
Hello, everyone. We are here with Andrea Hammer. She has developed a product that is really very, very, what would you call it? It's
Innovative,
creative.
It's new, and it is an alternative workout to metal handheld equipment that'll still kick your butt, make muscles burn and burn fat, and it is safe and effective because the magic of the Max Pack, maximum power and core, it's in the grip.
Okay, so here her product is called Max Pack, and it's innovative. It's for really to replace those heavy handheld weights, but to give you maximum benefit,
core, yeah.
right? And of course, core is so important for any age, but especially midlife. Right?
Midlife is the beginning of a new life. I don't think midlife is halfway done. I think it's a starting point for really rocket launching the other half of you, because so many women, and I'm of a lot of decades, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm 60. And so rocking it in your later life.
You can say you're 60 because, my goodness, you look awesome. And if Max Pack did that, then you got to get me. Then you sold me.
The Max Pack workout it's new, it's incredible. The reason I made it is because I wanted something safe and effective that could build muscle and burn fat. Because when you grip it, your muscles are already activated. Look, and so when they're already
Show the
contracted,
camera. Look at that.
when they're
Look
already
at that.
contracted,
Yes.
Then you go. It's a double workout on the muscles. So you fire up and burn out really fast. You don't need 100 of anything, 5 to 10, and you're good. So you can work out in less time with greater results. Really, when you really learn the methods of training with it, it's unbelievable.
Why is it so vital to really work out with weights at any age, but especially at midlife?
Lean muscle. Lean muscle. We lose muscle after 30, 40 years old at 10, 20%. And it is the number one thing that when you utilize muscle power, it helps, believe it or not, balance your hormones, boosts your immunity, keeps you lean and strong and beautiful and empowered. Lean muscle is everything. Now, you don't have to work out in heavy duty, like CrossFit, or you don't have to do 50 push-ups on your knuckles in the street.
Right,
it
right.
doesn't have to kill you. It's just a little bit better every day. Just 5-10 good minutes.
I
to
always-
lift something heavier than your toothbrush or your fork.
That's right. I always tell people, my patients especially, let's set the bar low, because then we'll be sure to do it. So even if you do this, 5, 10, 15
It's so simple,
reps?
but it's so effective because it's comfortable. It's in the grip. Look at the muscles are already
Yes.
working before I even pushed it anywhere.
So how can people access this piece of equipment?
The Max Pack website, the MAXPAC, the Max Pack Maximum Power and Core.com. And you'll see there's 2 other sizes. This is an 8-pound, there's a 16-pound in blue, and a gorgeous aqua that's 24. And what's really great about them is you can stand on them for balance, you can sit on them for abs, you can use them for meditation, you can use them for yoga and Pilates, martial arts, rehabilitation, weight training,
So
cardio workouts.
this
it's
sounds
everything.
such a versatile piece of equipment that's essential, and it sounds so beautiful. It's transportable,
Yeah.
and it's easy. And guess what? Would you come back and actually do a full podcast
Sure,
with me?
I would absolutely love that. That'd be awesome.
Okay, so we're going to do a full podcast. We're going to do demonstrations. We're going to get you moving, because movement is the answer to staying young, vital, sexual, and creative. So, Andrea Hammer, thank you so much, and I can't wait to have you back on a podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait.
So on my red carpet here, I have Dr. Lisa Corso, who is going to talk to us about all things, that have to do with our physical health at over the age of 55. So let me ask you, Dr. Corso, What do you see most with women over the age of 55 in terms of their physical health?
Well, thanks for having me. So my practice is called Premier Therapy Solutions, and we are all about providing solutions for anti-aging, longevity, health, wellness, injuries. So over the age of 55, women are experiencing a lot of problems. A lot of musculoskeletal, sprains, strains, overuse syndrome. Let's face it, many of them have been in the workforce for 30 years. The body starts breaking down. So it's really important that we focus on their entire health. And that's really where my company comes in. We look at every aspect to get them to heal.
So you're talking about a real holistic approach to staying well, health and wellness, correct?
Correct. My approach is totally holistic because the body can heal. If you give it the right environment, the body can heal. I have these 5 pillars that I tell my patients all the time. And if you focus on these 5 pillars all day, every day, you will succeed. You will go into your 60s and 70s and 80s and age gracefully. Number 1 is exercise.
Movement, movement, movement.
Exactly. Movement is medicine, but you've got to do it every day. Every day. Number 2 is maintaining flexibility. Absolutely. Flexibility is key. We're all into yoga and Pilates. That's important. You've got to stay flexible or the bones, tissues break down.
Yet flexibility, they say, is even more important possibly than actual exercise, right? Movement kind of thing, or cardio exercise.
That is correct. Because what you're saying is we're talking about women over 55. But unfortunately, at that age, at 55, things start getting dried up. Tissues, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, it dries up. Flexibility helps to improve and kind of lubricate. Give you a little Jiffy Lube. It works.
Yeah, when we're talking about drying up, we're also talking about our sexual functioning, correct?
Correct. And a lot of women don't want to talk about this, but there are solutions. Don't suffer silently. They need to come seek healthcare professionals that will give them a solution that, it shouldn't be painful. There are 100% solutions to women over age 55 with these pains.
So, if women are having pains, does it necessarily mean that something is wrong? Because I think that's what happens. People think that, especially, I know women, we've taken care of our families, our children have something wrong with them, and right away we take them to the doctor. But when we have something wrong, we don't want to look at it. We don't want to deal with it because we're really fearful. Is that, what do you think about that?
You are correct. You've really said it well. We need to let pain be our guide. Don't be fearful. I'm about solutions. There are solutions to it all, but you've got to find the right practitioner to guide you through the medical maze that can be very fearful. We help do that as concierge liaisons. I'll find you the right physician. We'll get the answers. So that's really important, to focus on that. And we're talking, that's number 2. Number 3, a big factor is nutrition. 80% of what we do is our food. Food is medicine. Bottom line, end of story.
Absolutely. And we have to be so extremely mindful about everything we put in our mouth. Not saying that we can't have fun and we can't enjoy, but we have to be very mindful about the choices that we make because, like you said, this is our machine that we're feeding here.
Correct. You absolutely need to know that every time you pick up that fork, you really better have a balanced diet. The color green needs to be your best friend.
Yeah, and I always say to people, you need to have the colors of the rainbow on the plate. It has to look pretty, but the colors of the rainbow each have antioxidant, properties and minerals and vitamins that we need to really support our health.
Correct. And then the 4th mantra that I talk about all the time for anti-aging and longevity, my 5 pillars, number 4 is really what you do. It's mindfulness, it's meditation, it's taking care of our mental health, brain games. Unfortunately with COVID, we're dealing with so much brain fog and post-COVID syndrome. We must focus on that mental health, and that's where your job comes in. You are a big part of anti-aging and longevity for women over 55.
Well, I think that a lot of people, women especially, like I said, they've been helping everybody else. They really have this resistance to getting the mental health help that they need. Once we feel much better about who we are, what we are, regulate our nervous system, then we can really regulate our health.
Yes, really, that's so true. We have to remove the stigma. We have to. Mental health should be like going to get your nails done. Absolutely. We do it every week. Why are we not cleansing our brain with someone like you every week? That's where we need to get the next year. We need to focus on that and tell our women this.
I love that so much. We could really do some collaboration together about this.
100%. You're an important part of that, healthcare team. And we've got to get the word out. It should not be a stigma. We need to focus on that.
And you said a very important word, team. Listen, you need a team around you, not only just a doctor or a therapist. You need a whole team of people that is going to support your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, and your spiritual health.
Correct. Absolutely. And the last pillar for anti-aging and longevity, it was in the TED Med talk. And they did multiple studies and randomized trials that the people who lived the longest absolutely had this one trait, and it was called socialization. So getting out and socializing is actually a direct contributor to longevity and anti-aging.
Absolutely.
We got to get out. We've got to meet people. We've got to do new things. You must have a social circle that you feel safe in and comfortable, and do that and make choices every day.
So, you're talking about socialization. Do you know that isolation, disconnection, and detachment and loneliness is more lethal than even smoking a pack of cigarettes a day? So we need to connect. We need to socialize. We're talking about feeding our brain cells, feeding our heart cells, feeding, how we just are in connection with people, because that is so important. Yes, when you're alone, you tend to be, kind of wither away. You need this socialization to pour the water onto us so we can grow.
I love that. It is so, so true. You've said it perfect. So really, I think the key to longevity for our 55, 60, so we're starting to go into the 70s, and you want to stay with your grandkids and take them to Disney World and go on ski vacations. If you follow these 5 pillars, you will succeed. I'm telling you, I've been practicing 28 years. I have several hundred patients that I've been working with and following them through the lifespan. In my clinic alone right now, I have 11 90-year-olds that are doing amazing.
Oh, isn't that great?
They're phenomenal. And they followed me for these last 20 years, these steps.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think those 5 pillars are so valuable and so important. I would like to invite you back on my podcast so we can get into it a little more in depth, a little further, and really invite my whole community to learn, to grow, and evolve together.
I love that. Thank you so much for having me. Would be absolutely honored to share this to everyone.
I love it. So as you heard it, Dr. Lisa Corso, she is here to talk about her 5 pillars to health, living long, healthy, vital lives. And you're going to see her again on my podcast. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I am feeling so happy, so excited, so energized, and really tired.
I want to hear what your definition is of empower and inspire. They're words that we hear a lot of, but what do they mean for you and your community?
So I started this movement as a result of realizing that women, midlife women, need a voice. They need a voice to say, yes, I matter. I'm not taking a back seat. I'm not going to listen to the rules of what society tells me about shrinking and about just fading into the background. I have been called to lead, speak, and impact. And so that's why I'm here tonight.
You're a #1 best-selling author with your book called To Speak, Lead, and Impact. And in your chapter, you say, I didn't die at 60. What does that mean to you?
So, I had the belief growing up with a mother who thought that life would end at age 60. And guess what? I really had to challenge those beliefs. And I want you to challenge those beliefs because life doesn't end at 60. Really, it's just a new chapter. It's a different chapter.
Cheers to that, Eileen. You can find this information across your television stations with It All Starts With You. And if people wanted to connect with you, what's the best way for them to find that information out?
So I really want you to connect with me on my website, eileenlemelman.com, or watch my podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Really, it's the best way to connect with me. I want to hear from you. I want to connect with you. I want to learn what's on your mind and how you want to be energized and empowered and live a very vital life after the age of 55.
It's so fun having new speakers here. Tonight we had Dr. Lisa Corsa, we had Andrea Hammer. There were so many people that came across your red carpet ready to support you in this mission. Who would you like to continue to connect with, even as sponsorship or as a guest?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's hard to pick one.
Yes.
Because each one brings such vital information and really such value to my community. We're talking about physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, and all of them as a package are really important. I want you to watch, especially for Andrea Hammer and Dr. Lisa Corso, because those two are names I don't want you to forget. They're going to bring incredible value to my community.
Congratulations to you. Continued success, and watch It All Starts With You. Listen to it on Spotify. Download and stream on all of your devices. Congratulations. Continued success.
Lisa. On my website, eileenlemelman.com, you are going to find resources to connect to my show, resources to connect to finding the ageless goddess within. You're going to find resources to how to be a sponsor on my show, because guess what? Your message means so much, and I want to bring awareness to your community as well. I want to bring awareness to what you bring to the table. So connect with me on my website. Also, go to Instagram. Eileen Lemelman is my Instagram. You getting the message? It's all about Eileen Lemelman, and it all starts with you. That's how you can connect with me. That's how you can have a voice with me. And that's how we can start to have a dialogue with one another. I'm all about relationships. I'm all about connections, and I want to connect with you. So start connecting with me, and let's find out what your why is in midlife, because it all starts with you. It all starts with you. Thank you for including me and trusting me as your mentor on your life's journey.
Are you an author, coach, or public speaker? Do you have a book that you would like to turn into an Audible? Contact us today and let us produce your next book. GeminiMediaMarketing.com